So do you feel a sense of being lost, of not really sure in your life who you are, what you need to do, where you need to go, and really what you're seeking is this happiness to actually feel happier in your life? In today's video, I'm going to share my own story of going through this, but then as well steps that you can start to take to shift this. So thank you for joining me. I'm AmyC with You Finding You. I'm an intuitive and transformational coach, and I help you start to look within, to start finding yourself and really what brings you joy. And currently in the dialog box below, there's a freebie that you can snag up, which is a roadmap to success, or a roadmap to redefining your success, what it means for you rather than what we've been conditioned to believe in it. So again, do check that out and start redefining that success for yourself. So for a while in my life, I was getting up every day, commuting into work, and I would just sit at my desk and work at my desk and do the tasks, do what was needed. The highlight of the day was when we'd have a meeting and I would actually interact with some of the people in the meeting. And I would just drag myself back home and then the cycle would repeat. But I had gotten to where I was no longer wanting to chase after status. I was no longer wanting to work the crazy hours. And I just found myself in this place where I was like, yeah, I'm just doing the work, I'm just doing the things, but I no longer had a passion for what I was doing. I no longer had this want or need. And I'd been through these phases of feeling lost in myself many times. And at that point, I remember often just sitting there like, I'm lost. I don't know what to do. I don't know where to go. I don't feel satisfaction or happiness in my life. And I'm just doing the things, doing the tasks. But I wanted so much more. And so I would do weekend trips or I would do trainings and all these things where I was learning, but I still was not finding real happiness. And if you're like me, I thought that chasing after these things of getting titles, getting status, getting awards or acknowledgments of certain things would actually bring me happiness. But every time I achieved those things, I wasn't any more happy. And so I would push harder and I would do more. But then I also found myself in this perpetual place of being burned out and not enjoying life because I was just pushing so hard. So eventually I backed off of that and I was like, well, I don't want to do those things because it hurts my body. I feel not very good all the time. And I was drinking heavily to just numb every single night. And I stopped drinking because it was like, I don't want that either. But what do I want then? Like, where am I going? And again, if you're in this kind of pattern as well, for myself, I was so conditioned to believe that those things would bring me happiness, that that's what we're supposed to do, that we're supposed to push harder, we're supposed to chase after these things, get these accolades, and that would make us eventually happy and to bring in the money and give us safety, which it also did give me a sense of comfort and safety. So I then got stuck in this place of, well, I feel comfortable, I feel safe, but I'm really lost inside. I'm really not satisfied. But what I was doing in all of this and what we're doing based on these conditions that we grew up with, chasing after things, is that we were looking for all the answers outside of us. Like my worth was defined on if I was liked, if people respected me, then I was worthy. So I'm going to chase after these awards and get these things and the titles because then I'll be liked and then I'll be worthy. As well, I was very empathetic and I could connect with the energy and feel what was going on in the room so I could mold myself to fit into what was needed. And again, it wasn't me being me, it was me molding into what I thought the room and others needed. So I was always looking outside of me of like, this is who I need to be in this situation, which also brought up panic and anxiety because I never knew who I really needed to be. It's what I believed the others needed me to be. So I was always, again, shifting and molding myself. But as well, along with all of this, as I shift and mold myself, as I get my worth from these things outside of me, it was these strategies that I believed would keep me safe, and I believed would keep me okay and be liked, and I could fit in with everyone. But it was all, again, strategies, and it was ways that we have been conditioned to belong, to fit in, to be liked. But again, the answers weren't in any of that to find or to fill the void that was in me, to fill this feeling of I'm lost. I'm not sure where to go with this because I'm not really being me. I'm being what everyone else outside of me I think I need to be. And thinking about that too, it's all your own thoughts and your own stories of what you think you need to be for other people. So, what if you shifted that storyline within yourself? So, the answer, again, is not in looking outside of you for who do I need to mold into, who do I need to shift and be, and it's not in getting the accolades or the awards. It's about looking within and starting to listen to this voice inside of you and start to follow what lights you up, what brings you joy, what actually feels good in you. As you start to follow those things within you, that's when you don't feel lost anymore because you're listening to what really is this loving happiness within you. Like we've been molding ourselves, shifting ourselves, and so we're not actually listening to that voice inside of us that says, this is what you would like to do. These are fun. These are things you enjoy. I spent so much of my life looking outside of me that I had no idea inside. I had no idea really what brought me joy, who I was, and what would light me up. And so it took me starting to listen and starting to step within and and just be like, this is what does light me up. Oh, let's follow that. Let's actually have fun with this. So you can start even with little tiny steps, like little things that light you up, little things that bring you joy. As these little things start to bring you joy, then you start listening more, and then you start building up that trust within yourself. So, quick 3 steps that you can do to step into this and start listening rather than looking outside of you, start listening within. So, the first thing that you can do is take a pause and listen within. And you can ask, notice your body. Do you feel tightness or tension? Or just become aware and ask your body, is this me or am I trying to be liked? Or is this me and I'm trying to appease other people? And see what comes up from within. And you can use this phrase for yourself as well. It's a used to, now I phrase. And I love using these because it starts to reframe things in yourself. And this one is, I used to say yes to everything. Now I take a pause and I listen and connect within. And if there's tightness or tension, that is a no. So it's starting to shift that belief in yourself of, I used to say yes, everything. Now I'm like, wait, what is my body saying? What am I saying? And I'm starting to listen to that. And the second step that you can start using to connect within is reframing that need for approval. So instead of, I hope they like this, I hope everyone else is happy with this, you can connect within and say, is this right in me? How does this feel in myself? Does this feel aligned for me? As you start checking in, you start building up this knowing in yourself, and you start really knowing that what you are and who you be is what will also be attracted to you. So as you're shifting this of, oh, I need to appease everyone else, you don't have to appease everyone else. You have to align with and appease yourself, and then you attract in what is aligned within you. And the third thing to start listening within is, like I had mentioned before, of taking these tiny steps. So just starting to look within, it's building up that trust. And as you build up that trust, like building up a muscle, you're building up this knowing in yourself. And you start then living more aligned. So day to day, you start with little tiny things like, I can do this today that is aligned for me. And then over time it builds. And at a certain point, you are living fully aligned within yourself. And you're not here to be what others expect. You're here to be what your soul came to express. So start tapping into what is right in you, what is aligned in you. And as you do, you step out of that place of feeling lost and you start actually knowing, having a knowing in yourself, a trusting in yourself, and being able to start going on this path of your life, what is true for you. So thank you guys for joining me today. If you are enjoying and getting value out of these videos, do hit that like, share, and subscribe. And thank you again. I'll see you in the next video.